What's going on YouTube? My name is Skill87 and today's video I'm going to be reviewing the beast that is Far Cry 3. What a way to end 2012. I feel 2012 has been one of the weaker years in gaming. Granted, we had lots of cool games to play. I feel 2011 was a better year, but what a way to end 2012. Far Cry 3 is fucking awesome. Now this review is mainly about the single player. I feel that the co-op and multiplayer tacked on, so let me get those two out the way. The multiplayer is something we've all played before. It feels like just another game taking what makes the typical Call of Duty formula work so well, and then developers took their game and just covered the formula with their game. The multiplayer is really buggy, really laggy, even on PC. It's not really entertaining at all to play multiplayer. I got like about 10 rounds out of it. I'm like level, I don't know, 15. It's fun, but I highly doubt anyone bought this game for its multiplayer. And if you did, then what the fuck is wrong with you? Because there's so many other games to choose from if you want to strictly play multiplayer. And the co-op, I feel, is also tacked on. The co-op will remind you a lot of Uncharted 3's co-op. Remember Uncharted 3's co-op where it's several stages, and with 3 friends you go through these several stages, and each stage ties in with the previous stage. Same thing with the co-op in Far Cry 3. You play as 4 characters, and each progressing co-op stage, has something to do with the previous stage, tying together a little put together story that's really just boring and entertaining. The co-op is fun, it's action packed, but the AI seems a bit like ridiculous. And unless you're playing with coordinated people that actually pay attention, you get your ass handed to you. Multiplayer ranking through co-op and multiplayer are linked, so if you just play a lot of co-op or a lot of multiplayer, you'll be high ranking both. But I feel that Ubisoft simply added multiplayer and co-op to the game to say that their game has multiplayer and co-op. People like me who pretty much bought the game to play single player. That's what this review is about. I just have to get the little first 2 bits out the way. So, what makes Far Cry 3 so good? Well, first of the fact that Far Cry 1 and 2 really fucking sucked in my opinion. I don't care what the review said about Far Cry 1. I played it when it first came out. I'm playing it right now on PC, all on max settings, and I'm playing the game with an open mind, but it's like the most boring piece of shit game ever. And I have Far Cry 2 on PS3, and I played it back when it first came out, and I got it for free through PlayStation Plus, and it's just really a boring fucking game. Like, it's just not entertaining at all. Far Cry 3 is the complete opposite, and it's crazy because like the first 2 games totally sucked, and then Far Cry 3 is like not bad at all, in my opinion, of course. But Far Cry 3 is just a spectacular single-player game. I like a lot about the game. I like the setting. I like the story. I like the characters. I like the sound. I like the gun sound effects. I like the ambiance. I like the mix of, what's to be expected in terms of ambiance. They has like the modern ambiance mixed with a little reggae and dubstep. I love all that. I like the concept of how the game starts off and just throws you right into the fucking action. I like how there's like a tutorial right at the very beginning, and you don't really notice you're actually in a tutorial. It's really good. So let's talk about the main pieces of what makes the game Far Cry 3. Let's talk about the graphics. Graphically, I play on a PC. For those who don't know, I have a very nice rig. So I play on the highest settings. Graphically, the world is fan-fucking-tastic. Like literally, from caves to the ocean to rivers to trees to the glare of the sun, everything looks good. The animals look fantastic. Character models look sharp, except females. For some reason, I noticed a lot of female characters, the female islanders, not your fellow. Not your fellow peoples, your boys, your family, but the females that inhabit the island, they look really ugly, and I was like, why do they look ugly as shit? But other than that, graphically the game is fantastic. Face models could have been a little better. They're not on par with games like I'd say the Killzone games. I feel the Killzone games really get the faces really well. Like whenever I play the Killzone games, and I look at the faces and how they move and the lips move, I'm just like, damn, they made sure that these faces look outstanding. I can't say the same about Far Cry, but the game still looks hot. And the game's open world, So the fact that the game's open world and I can say the character models look great, that's just mind-boggling. In terms of frame rate, stability, and hiccups, due to my PC, I experience little to none. On max settings, I typically range from 80 to 150 FPS depending on the location I'm at. A little tip for you people: even if you have a powerful rig, if you want a smooth experience, go to your settings and turn Post FX off and turn MSAA off. Even if your rig can run it, turn MSAA off and turn Post FX off, and you'll have a nice smooth experience. Okay, the game still needs a couple more patches to get the stability on point. So regardless of how powerful your rig is, the game still needs a couple patches. I'm just gonna give it a thumbs up because you know what? For an open world game, this doesn't look or feel like an open world game. It feels so smooth and it feels so right and everything looks so awesome. And when it comes to glitches and all the other nonsense, they're pretty much almost non-existent in Far Cry 3. Let's talk about sound. Voice acting, gun sounds, which really caught me off guard, were very, very satisfying. The general ambiance of the game, when you get into a gunfight with people, you're treated to fucking dubstep, and I'm just like, dude, this is great. And it's not like the dubstep you hear on like Skrillex, where it's like, whoop, 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 whoop. No, it just has a nice combat, eerie feel to it. Like I like how they pulled it off. It's like it's not the typical dubstep you hear. It's dubstep, but it's made for the game itself. You can tell that they didn't just take a random song on the internet, put it in the game. Like they built a song for a combat experience. And I like that. I like that a lot. Lots of times, depending on what part of the story you're in, you're treated to all types of cool music. And like I said, the voice acting's hot. The sound effects of the guns is hot. The animals sound really convincing. So I feel the sound effects are fucking awesome. In terms of control, I really can't speak on control because I play on a PC. I have the luxury of mouse and keyboard. But I plugged this in just to give it a shot. And I really did not like playing Far Cry 3 with a controller because I just thought it was just ugh. Like I'm not knocking controls because I'm a controller warrior. I love controls, but for Far Cry 3 and the amount of things you can do with your character, it's just I feel that if you can rock a keyboard, if you have the option to play on a PC, play on a PC because you have remember, even though it's a first-person shooter, there are some RPG elements. You can have lots of stuff on you. So I didn't like doing the whole D-pad and all this other shit. It didn't feel right for me. But as far as keyboard and mouse is concerned, this, yeah. How the fuck did I skip story? The story of Far Cry is this, and I like it a lot actually. Your name is Jason, okay? And you and your friends are a bunch of fucking rich, snotty bastards, okay? And you're on vacation, shit, and I'm not going to spoil it because, let me see. You basically skydive onto the wrong island. And when you get to this island, you're surprised that there's human life there because you were told that there was no one there. And what happens is you're captured by slavers. And now it's up to you, Jason, when you escape the camp, to embark on a quest to save your friends one by one. And throughout your journey, you will meet all types of cool companions, people. You'll meet the Rakyat, I believe they were called the Rakyat, and they're going to help you through a bunch of tattoos on your left arm. And as you progress to the game and earn new skills, your tattoo just gets bigger and bigger, and you earn all types of cool abilities to help you on your just fucking awesome adventure. Vaas, one of the main bad guys of the game, is one of the most satisfyingly awesome villains in a video game I've ever played. He's so convincing, and it doesn't even feel like he's a video game character. It feels like it's a real human being talking to you through your screen. And the voice, the actor behind the person, what's cool about the Vaas is the person, I forgot his name, but the person playing Vaas, the way Vaas looks is actually the way the actor looks. So the person is actually the person voice acting Vaas. The way he looks is actually the way the person actually fucking looks in real life. It's really cool. I like what they did with this shit. And Vaas is such an amazing character. The other main bad guy is just as fucking crazy. And I like how simple the story is. You're just a bunch of fucking spoiled brats on vacation. You end up stranded on an island, and shit is the fan, and now you have to fight back. I like this because this could potentially fucking happen in a sense. Like, this doesn't feel exaggerated in any way. It's not like you play other video games and you get separated from your friends and then you do some crazy ass shit. No, like, I really feel that shit like that possibly is happening. Dudes get caught up in some slave trading shit. They escape, they go back to save their friends, and they get out. And it's just a really good, simple story. The ending, there's two endings. The endings are good. They're alright. They're not like, oh my god, like, I'm so satisfied with these endings. Like, no. They get their point across, but I felt there could have been more to them. But yeah, other than that, your experience with the game is going to feel fantastic. My favorite thing about this game is the fact that even though it's an open world game, it doesn't feel like one. It feels like they took everything good about Battlefield 3 and Bad Company 2 and they took the flow and feel of the game and the first person mechanics and put you in a large, gorgeous, tropical fucking world. There's barely any glitches, okay? I never had to restart a mission, like, through a glitch. The game feels right. The AI acts proper. Nothing is like a soulless walking being like everything else is in fucking Skyrim. It really just feels like a near, almost perfect experience. Now, no game's perfect, so I'm just really like impressed by the game. And when it comes to side missions, and it comes to things to keep you distracted, everything is quick. Travel is quick. Exploration is fun. It's rewarding, and doing things like searching for relics is great because the developers made this world so gorgeous that you actually want to go out of your way to go through that fucking cave that you just caught your peripheral vision. I was like, you know what? Let me stop my main mission and hit up this cave because that shit is cool as hell looking. The world's beautiful. The gameplay's smooth. The ambiance is great. The guns sound intimidating. It's an open world game that doesn't feel like an open world game because it feels fast, quick, like a Battlefield game. The online and the co-op feel tacked on, but at the end of the day, I'm recommending this game for the single player and the single player only, which will take you over 20 hours to beat, especially if you go after everything. This game is fantastic. It's a great way to end the year, and I feel that Ubisoft, like, you finally got the Far Cry formula right. If there's going to be a Far Cry 4, take everything good about 3 and just improve on it because you got it right. Fan-fucking-tastic. I'm not a fan of open world games at all, really. And I felt that, like, I was really addicted to this game. Like, I sat there, not once when I played Far Cry 3 was I bored. Because the game is too fast to be boring. The gun mechanics are too smooth to be boring. Even the driving was fucking on point. Like it's just an on point game. It's really hard to bash the game. If you go and read all the reviews for the game, basically people just praise the shit out of the game because it's just one of those games. And Far Cry 3, like, just it is what it is. Like, a while back I was hating on Far Cry 3 just because it was open world. Now I'm eating my words. It's excellent. 9 out of 10. I give the game. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, continue supporting me, thuggeek.com. Catch you guys next video, and peace. 2013. The first half's gonna be fucking sick, so I can't wait for that. So yeah.